Hey, happy day, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, also known as Pajama Grandma. I know, people don't get it, doesn't matter. Let's talk about feast or famine. How does feast or famine impact your business? Do you experience feast or famine in your business? Of course, feast or famine is an alliteration. It means too much or too little of something. Opposites, we love opposites. Or it means great success or great failure. Now, generally, in our lives and in our businesses, we don't have great success and great failure. We're somewhere in between, right? We don't have zero, well, a lot of times we have zero, or too much of something. In our businesses, in my businesses, sometimes I've experienced feast or famine. Some of my businesses have been seasonal businesses where you'll have a ton of business for a month and then nothing the rest of the year. I think fireworks business will have some people do 90% of their business around the Christmas holiday. Some people, some businesses are very seasonal like that. Other businesses that I've had are less seasonal and a lot more smooth throughout the entire year. And we always did things to try to, I called it exponential smoothing, to smooth out our sales and our customers and our, profits throughout the year so that we didn't have the highs and the lows and the highs and the lows. But depending on your business, the nature of your business will determine how much feast and how much famine you have. And what do you do in the famine times, right? That's what we want to do. We want to make sure that we don't have famine times. And there's things that we can actually do to make sure that that doesn't happen. There's certain businesses, certain type businesses. I think of the restaurant business and hospitality businesses. Mondays and Tuesday nights traditionally are slow in a restaurant business. But they are, Friday and Saturday nights, you got lines out the door and you can't serve everybody. Feast or famine. Now, there's ways to smooth that out. Do different promotions. You bring more people in on Mondays and Tuesdays and do things to not keep people out on Fridays and Saturdays, but to be able to handle the higher volume on the Fridays and Saturday nights. This is one example. Businesses that feel like they can't get enough customers, or they don't have enough customers, or they have too many customers sometimes and not enough other times, you can do things and release products or services. I think of coaching business. Sometimes a lot of coaches that I work with feel like their business is all over the place. They cannot get a steady stream of people coming in. And there's strategies and ways to attract the people that you need to work with, the perfect prospects to you that you can use, and they're super easy to implement, where you can smooth out the amount of people that you can serve. And there's ways that you can add systems and processes to your business so that you can serve more people, that you can give more value. But it's examples of feast or famine. We all feel like, it seems like the more we want something, the more we push it away because we don't have it yet. I guess I think in terms of customers the most, because the biggest complaint I get from the people that I work with, my consulting clients and my coaching students, is that they don't have enough customers. They can't get enough customers. They can't find people. Okay, there's 8 billion. I think there's more than 8 billion people on the planet now. Maybe it's only high sevens, but there's a lot of people on the planet. So whatever your business is, it's just a matter of attracting the right people to you. And there are plenty of people to go around, right? None of us can serve 8 billion people. I know there's corporations that try, but none of us can. And we don't need thousands and thousands of people that we're providing value to in order to create the life that we want, to make a great living. So the feast or famine thing, it's just a way to highlight the opposites that exist in our universe. We live in a polar universe, so opposites are a big thing for us. High, low, hot, cold, opposites. We love opposites. But we don't have to operate our businesses with a feast or famine mentality. We just have to believe that we will always have enough, that the best is yet to come, and that we'll figure it out. And then we'll take the steps to make sure that we don't have famine times in our business, and that the feast times we can actually serve everyone, and we can make the feast times our normal times. At least that's my goal. So what do you think about this? Do you find that you have feast or famine in your business? Do you have a seasonality in your business? Have you got a plan, or are you putting steps in place to up the famine times, the slow times in your business, so that you don't feel like you're always on this roller coaster ride of highs and lows and highs and lows. Because the systems that you put in place to serve during the feast times are very different than what you need to have in place for the famine times. That's why we always think we want our businesses to grow like a rocket ship, which is awesome to have those businesses, but it's also really, really stressful because you don't have time for your systems to be caught up to serve the people at the highest level. And then you make mistakes and you have problems and challenges, which are all fixable, but you lose people along the way because you can't serve them well enough. But the systems that you need at that level are very different than the systems that you need when you're just starting out or when you're in those famine phases. And the systems at that level are a higher resource drain. They require more resources than the ones at this level. And so there's all these things to take into consideration. But know that feast or famine, the level of business that's coming to you is entirely up to you by deciding with, the actions that you're going to take, the things you're going to do, the steps you're going to put in place to bring the amount of people to you and your business that you need so that you don't have those famine times. And I'm going to say something controversial here. The famine times are created 100% by us, and by us believing that there's lack and scarcity and famine and that there's not enough for us to have and do and be whatever we want. Ooh, ouch, right? If I believe that there's not enough, if I believe I can't do something, I can't. If I believe that there's not enough business for me, I will push that business away, even though there's plenty of business for all of us, no matter who we are and what we want. There's plenty of business for all of us out there. Anyway, that's it. That's my little thoughts about feast or famine today. I would love to hear your thoughts about feast or famine. Or if you think I'm all wet and you say, hey, that's complete and utter BS, Sharon, there are absolute famine times in my experience, and then we'll chat about that. Take care. Have an awesome day. I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.